All right, let's dive right in. We're going to be unpacking a massive shift in marketing today. And look, we're not talking about some far off, distant future, 2026. This is the reality we are living in right now. And it's all being driven by AI and some totally new ways that people are making buying decisions. So let's start with a number 272. What do you think that is? Well, that's the average length in days of a B2B buyer's journey. We're talking nearly 9 months. This isn't your classic sales funnel anymore, okay? This is a full-on marathon of researching, evaluating, and getting everyone on board, and it's happening almost entirely before they ever talk to a human. And that leads us right to this next crucial number, 81%. That's how much of that 272-day journey marketing now owns. Think about that. For about 220 days, your buyers are forming their opinions, making decisions, and getting ready to buy, long before a salesperson even enters the picture. The deal is really won or lost right here, on marketing's turf. So, what do these numbers actually mean when you put them together? Well, they signal a whole new reality for marketing. And this isn't just some passing trend. It's a deep, fundamental restructuring of how business gets done. It changes basically everything about a marketer's job. The most important shift is probably this one, the bifurcation of labor. Fancy term, but it's a simple idea. AI is pretty much taken over all of the execution. Deploying campaigns, managing ad bids, analyzing data, that's the machine's job now. And that's great, because it frees up human marketers to focus on the stuff that really matters. Big picture brand strategy, creating an emotional connection, and building that all-important trust. And in this new reality, where you place your bets, it matters more than ever. I mean, just look at the huge difference here in B2B ad spend effectiveness. LinkedIn is delivering a massive 121% return. It's completely crushing it for enterprise revenue. It's the ultimate proof that your budget has to be driven by data, not just by old habits. Okay, so all this creates this really fascinating paradox, which brings us to what we're calling the authenticity premium. It's kind of funny, as AI gets better and better at creating absolutely flawless, perfect content, your audience starts craving the one thing that AI just can't fake: real, human imperfection. So we're really living in two different worlds now. On one side, you've got this algorithmic perfection, that super polished corporate gloss that our brains are just trained to tune out. But on the other side, you have what we call human friction. This is the lo-fi, unpolished content that feels real, it feels communicative, and most importantly, it's relatable. And here's the psychology behind why this actually works so well. That high production, super slick content, it feels like a performance, it feels like an ad. But that lo-fi, raw content, it feels like a conversation. It just tears down that artificial barrier between you and your audience, and it signals honesty, which of course builds trust way faster. So how are brands actually doing this successfully? Well, they're using what we can call viral humanization frameworks. These are just simple, repeatable content ideas that are designed to show off authenticity. You've probably seen the rein us in trend, where founders show their chaotic, playful side, or the toxic trait expose, where teams kind of poke fun at each other's weird but harmless habits. It's all about showing off these relatable little malfunctions to prove there are actual, real, imperfect people behind the logo. Okay, so if AI handling execution and humans handling authenticity is the present, then this next part, this is the immediate future. We're talking about the dawn of agentic commerce. This is the point where AI stops just being a tool we use and starts becoming a customer itself. So what is agentic commerce? Well, it's basically an economy where AI agents, all by themselves, can research products, negotiate prices, and then actually make purchases for you or for your business. We are moving way beyond asking AI to, write a blog post. We're moving into a world where we ask it to hire a contractor and then pay them. And hey, this is not science fiction. The infrastructure for this is being built right now. Protocols like ERC-1138 are creating a secure way for AIs to do business with each other. It works like this. An AI client puts money into a smart contract for a job. Then a provider AI does the work. Then a third, evaluator AI, verifies it's done correctly, and only then are the funds released. It's a totally trustless, automated marketplace for machines. So, with AI executing tasks and even buying things, you might be asking, well, what's left for us humans to do? And it really all comes down to mastering one essential skill. And that skill is prompt engineering. This is not a fun little trick anymore. It is the absolute core of how we direct these incredibly powerful systems.
The quality of what you get out of an AI is 100% determined by the quality of what you put in. Your ability to clearly and precisely tell an AI what you want, it's just a non-negotiable part of the job now.
And here's the secret. A great prompt isn't just a question you shout into the void. It's a structured brief. And every great prompt has these 4 parts. You need to define a persona for the AI to adopt, the specific task it needs to do, all the critical context it needs to know, and the exact format you want the output in.
And as you're actually writing that prompt, you've got to remember the 3 C's. Be concise, no rambling. Be clear, ambiguity is your absolute enemy. And be consistent. Use the same words for the same concepts so you don't confuse the model. They're simple rules, but trust me, they make all the difference.
Okay, so we talked about the new landscape, the whole authenticity paradox, the rise of AI agents, and the key skill we need to direct them. Let's pull all these threads together now for our final section, strategy for a new era. And it really all comes back to that new division of labor. The strategy is actually pretty simple. Let the AI handle all the complex, data-heavy execution. That's what it's built for. This frees you, the human, to pour all of your energy into the things that can't be automated. Defining the brand strategy, building real trust with your audience, creating that intentional friction, and forging a genuine emotional connection. So if you take just one thing away today, let it be this. Your new mission as a marketer really has 2 parts. First, you have to embrace agentic efficiency. Let these autonomous systems handle all the heavy lifting. And second, you need to deploy intentional friction. Use raw, lo-fi, human content to prove you're real and build the kind of trust that an AI never, ever can. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. In a world where flawless execution becomes a commodity, something that's basically free and instant, the only thing left that's truly scarce is humanity. So how are you going to prove your brand has a soul?